Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it changes how your brain responds to life. And once that shift happens, you don't really go back. Welcome back to Mindset of a Goddess TV, a space where we become whole spiritually and practically. Today, I want to talk about how gratitude can change your life forever. Not just on the surface, but in how you think, how you feel, and how you respond to everyday life. Most people aren't unhappy because life is hard. Most people are unhappy because they keep focusing on what is missing. Many people live in constant stress, emotional exhaustion, and comparison. And when you stay that way, you keep yourself in that state of mind, whether it's subconsciously or consciously. You know this resonates with you when life feels like something you're trying to survive and not something that you can actually enjoy. When your mind is trained to focus on what is missing, no achievement will ever feel like it's enough. Whether it's materially or whether it is some type of job achievement, life achievement, you could still be stuck in that state of mind and you will still feel like something is missing. Eventually, this creates burnout, resentment, and emotional numbness. It also becomes your default way of thinking. It slowly drains your peace. And that's when gratitude comes in and changes everything. Let's talk about what gratitude really is. Gratitude is the practice of aligning your mind and heart with the goodness of what you already have presently in your life. You can always have more. This is not saying that you have to just be grateful and thankful for what you have and that's it. You can always have more. But to reduce stress, frustration, the feeling of failure, and so many other emotions, gratitude plays a big part. And this is really for people who are on any type of transformational journey, spiritual journey, or trying to achieve anything major within their life. There are 3 grounded ways gratitude works in real life. The first one is gratitude as awareness. You don't force positivity. It's not something that you have to just, it's not, when you practice gratitude as awareness, you're not focused on always being positive or forcing yourself to be positive because you're not going to always think happy or be so hopeful all the time. Sometimes you will get frustrated or sometimes you will want to quit. But when you bring your mind or your thoughts towards gratitude or just being grateful for what you have in that moment, or even using it as an affirmation when you wake up every day, this will help reduce having to force yourself to be positive. And then also just being realistic and being practical or honest with yourself about what is already happening presently. When you're aware of what's going on and how things are going, sometimes that's enough. Sometimes just knowing that you're alive, knowing that what you have now is okay, or you will be okay within that moment, or you are okay within that moment is enough for the moment. That's gratitude as awareness. The next one is gratitude and in relationships. This is when you begin to gain social skills, shift your communication with people, gain more patience for yourself and with others, and create emotional safety. The next one is gratitude in the body. You have gratitude in the body. This is when you have a regulated nervous system. And this is going to reduce a lot of reactivity. A lot of times you may find yourself being impulsive or just making quick decisions that you wish you probably end up regretting later, or you probably been in one of those moments where you feel like you would have wished it may have even worked out, but you may have wished you would have done it differently. In this moment, when you have a regulated nervous system and you have gratitude in the body, then you don't move based off what your ego wants you to do or what you feel like your ego should do. You actually take time to either stay in flow, stay patient, or just go with what your nervous system feels or is telling you within that moment. And remember, gratitude changes your internal environment, and that's when everything else starts to change as well. In the year 2025, starting in January, I accumulated a lot of stress, burnout, and emotional heaviness. More so from having that survival mindset and the actions that come with it or the decisions that come with it. To decrease this, I started becoming more focused on myself. And along with becoming focused on myself, this includes self care, self love, and gratitude. I started becoming more grateful for where I was, what I already been through, what I already overcame. And this is what helped me overcome a lot of seasons or a lot of obstacles that I had going on last year. I had obstacles with people that I once was close with that I'm no longer close with. I had obstacles within finance. I had obstacles within my environment. Also within friendships as well. But instead of letting it get me down, feeling defeated, or being upset, I increase the way I practice. I continue to practice gratitude. And the more I focus on myself, focus on what I was grateful for, and also train my mind to remember that what I have is already enough, or what I have already accomplished in my life or done in my life. Because with that survival mindset, you always feel like you have to chase something or do more or have more. But when you actually focus on what's important, especially if you are spiritual like me, highly spiritual, or you have a belief system or big on faith, then practicing what you have currently is what actually leads you to more. It actually makes you feel comfortable enough to achieve more or have more. Sometimes when you start off something, you feel like you have to keep going and going and hope that it happens. But when you have gratitude, you know that it'll work out because you actually reflect more and you're more grateful. And that leaves your nervous system a lot more content than actually hoping that things will work out. And just like I say in every video, to make sure you go watch the Becoming Her series that I've already created. There are 10 episodes that explains my life and a lot of things that I've been through, including last year. So if you go watch that, then you can connect it to everything else and what I've already experienced and how I overcame it. And even now, I know a lot of people always wonder or be surprised on how I'm able to move forward. And it's really because I'm not a sheep and I am in control of my own mind. And that's something I remind myself every single day. So I'm not chasing the next best thing. I don't chase anything I attract, but I only go after things that I want, not what everybody else wants me to have. I experience things that make me curious or that bring me joy. So what may look good to me, others may not agree with, but it brings me joy, it brings me happiness and peace. And that's enough for my life. That's my reality. The older I get, the more I can look back and say I experienced life and created many memories and experienced many things, more good than bad. And even with the bad, because even the stuff from the past, it's not that you delete it and act like it never happened. It's just when you choose to move forward, you have to release and let go. When I stopped reacting and started responding to life, that's when everything shifted or continued to shift for me. That's when everything started working out for my highest good. Gratitude becomes a way that you see the world, not just something that you do. And that's something that you should remember. It's something that you should really program within your mind. You stop living on autopilot because you actually are focusing more on the present, not what you want to happen or not even a lot of things from the past. You start responding with more intention instead of emotion. When you choose to operate with just emotion, you would feel like the world is cold and just attacking you. But in reality, when you move with emotion, just emotion or constant emotion, you're not doing nothing but hurting yourself. Yes, you should still have a heart. And yes, you should still be kind to people. But with discernment and also respect for yourself and care for yourself, That will always let you know how you should move with a person, or if you should just detach from a person or a situation. This is how gratitude creates lasting change. It trains your mind to feel safe in the present. And with this, it's not about being delusional, and it's not about just using your imagination and just pretending everything is okay. It's about being realistic and being aware of what's going on, how you're feeling, and what is happening to you within your life at the moment. When you focus too much on the future, that's when you start to scare yourself or you stay stuck in fear. The fear of if it's going to work out, that the feeling of anxiety, those feelings of self-doubt, and just constantly wondering. So you will stay in the overthinking, so you will stay stuck in your head. And when you focus too much on the past, then you will focus too much on the pain, people that you already let go, unresolved feelings from others on what could have happened, the what ifs or the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, traumatic events that you should have already let go. But when you focus on the present, then you focus on what's going on right now, how you're feeling, what life is doing to you currently, and just the things that's bringing you joy or contentment within that moment. You can't predict the future. You can predict the probability for people who are like more gifted, but you cannot predict the future and what can happen. It can change based off of any type of choice. Like it can change. In this video, we talked about why gratitude isn't a habit you create. It's a way of living. It's not about ignoring the challenges in the world or the obstacles that come your way. It's about creating inner peace and learning how to maintain it. And also awareness as well, because some people don't be aware. But for my people that are aware and just really just want to create more peace and gratitude within my life, then this highly resonates with you. When you build this kind of emotional resilience, you'll be able to navigate and solve your own problems with more clarity. You won't have to look on the external and you won't have to compare yourself to someone else. A lot of times people second guess themselves or not confident making decisions or choices for what's best for them because of these reasons. Gratitude helps you look at your past experiences and look at who you are currently. If this video resonated with you, make sure you like it. Comment one thing in your life that you're grateful for, even if it's small. I'd love to hear about it. Check out my last two videos, focus on building confidence and detachment without guilt to continue to be enlightened. And even if you are doing shadow work, then I am creating a playlist that is helping you with your shadow work or helping you become more stronger for yourself, or even just build emotional resilience, emotional intelligence, or emotional safety within your life. Also, like I mentioned earlier, check out the Becoming Her series if you haven't already, to see how I started and how I overcame it and how I continue to move forward. It may help you out a lot and help you heal yourself or help you move forward with your life. I will see you in the next video. Bye.